Good evening, one and all, and welcome to your Saturday night fix of the 1927 Club. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Rhys David Evans. Good evening, sir.
All right, how are we?
Yeah, not bad. Still find it weird that it's a Saturday evening and we're not talking Cardiff City football. But it is what it is. I think we've mentioned before I think they deserve the break type of thing, and obviously with the international call-ups, etc. So, but interesting. Obviously, some teams did play today, so we'll have a little look at that in a bit. But yeah, I'm all good, but quiet one for me today, really. Josh had football this morning, and that's about it, really. Went to watch a bit of rugby this afternoon, but other than that, all good. You been in work, but?
Yeah, I've been in work all day today. I feel strange no football, don't I? I know other teams have played, but we haven't.
Yeah, but we're still top of the league.
Exactly. It keeps bugging me because I keep looking at the fixtures, and it doesn't show us the more, and I keep forgetting we're not Championship anymore. We're League One, so it won't show us, and it's winding me up all the time.
It won't be long. It won't be long. Right, so the plan of attack for this evening, I thought we'd have a little look over the results from League One today, just to cast our eyes over them. Obviously, I know it really hasn't thinged us today because obviously we haven't played. But obviously, as I mentioned, we're still top of the league. But obviously, we got that game in hand now, which I think has been rearranged for, I want to say the 30th of September.
Yeah.
Which is another Tuesday night, which I suppose Lorna's quite happy because she'll be able to make the trip up for that, won't she?
Yeah, Mum can go to that one now. So I've sorted a ticket ready for her. So I'm looking, that's another one she can go to.
Happy days. So lots of people in the comments already, and we will dip in and out. But good evening to everybody who is tuning in this evening. Very much appreciated. So yeah, I'll just spin off some of the results from be like the video printer now. Bolton Wanderers 3. AFC Wimbledon 0. Wimbledon had 2 red cards in that game as well.
Oh, Christ.
I see Billy Sharp was on the score sheet again today for Doncaster Rovers.
He's a league legend now, a football league legend.
I think he's the highest football league scorer ever, isn't he? I think.
I wouldn't be surprised. What a career he's had, mind.
Yeah. They beat Bradford 3-1 today. Huddersfield just about got over the line against Peterborough 3-2. Looks like it was an interesting game up in Gav Gordon's neck of the woods, Lincoln City, 2-2 with Wigan Athletic. 2 red cards in that game, 1 for each team. Plymouth Argyle 4, Stockport County 2, which is interesting, really, considering obviously we played Plymouth last week, beat them 4-0, and obviously we got Stockport next week. How do you look at that? You kind of look at that and think, I don't think we can look into that result at all. We still got to go to Stockport and treat them with respect, really, because they'll be looking to come back and for a reaction after that game, right?
I just think that with that team, that we shouldn't have to change the way we set up against teams now. Teams should be looking to change the way they play against us to avoid defeat. And that's not an ego thing. That's just we've got so much quality in the Championship. You'd go from one week, you'd be playing more defensive on the counter. Another week, you would try to nick a goal and sitting back. We should play a natural game, I think, and let them worry about trying to stop us. But
and I think one of the members in the WhatsApp group earlier said that he was watching some of the Stockport game and he wasn't overly impressed, to be honest. No, going to Plymouth and losing 4-2, I don't think there would be much to shout and scream about from a Stockport point of view, to be honest. But let's hope that the poor results continue. Port Vale 2, Leyton Orient 3. Reading and Northampton game was postponed. Rotherham beat Exeter City 1-0. Stevenage and Barnsley was postponed. And Wycombe Wanderers beat Mansfield 2-0. So, interesting. Obviously, Bradford lost. I think we got Stockport, Bradford and Wigan, the next 3, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the table now. I'm surprised Port Vale are down the bottom, towards the bottom, like. I'm really impressed when we played them, and they haven't got a win all season yet. 5 losses, 2 draws.
Obviously lost their striker as well, didn't they, to Plymouth after we'd played them.
Still, Peterborough bottom of the league, no wins. That's shocking. I know they lost players, but they are falling apart.
Never mind, poor buggers. Alex Ferguson's not around to bail him out anymore, is he?
Exactly. Well, again, I'm surprised, they've had a history of finding great players in the league. George Boyd, Craig McCall-Smith, McLean, Tomlin, they used to find players from non-league, come into League One Championship and just make a killing. Someone setting fireworks off outside the house, sir. Can you hear them?
So that SA postcode is dodgy as vaccine.
It is. They've just discovered electricity, I think.
I'm just checking because I put the email in wrong the other night. I am just checking for Reese because he wants to join the members one. So bear with me. Silence again.
That's fine.
Base pod stream.
See, Newport lost again today as well.
Yeah, it's just a comment in there now. When is the Newport manager going to get sacked? I think they're on a pretty poor run at the moment, and I don't know what the score was today.
3-2. They were 3-0 down. The Bristol Rovers manager changed to a back five, and they conceded 2, but County still lost. And they just seen since what's it called taken over, Hugh Jenkins, they've just been free falling.
Which I know we shouldn't be too disappointed, but just the fact that Hugh Jenkins, for me, is I'm not too disheartened, to be honest.
I'm not. I don't like Newport anyway, so I'm not too bothered. What
do you reckon? Do you think there'll be much of a crowd there for that Virtue Cup for the Newport game?
I don't think it'll be big. I think it'll be like a League Cup game. It'll be like 3,000-4,000. I think they'll bring big numbers because it's their chance to play us. I mean, it's a big day for them. In all due respect, and I think it'll be a few older fans going because of the hatred of Newport. But I think it'll be over 5,000 odd.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I think we mentioned about it the other night. I think he'll go strong, try and win it.
I think he'll try and win it.
Right, we'll jump straight in then. Obviously, with the free transfers, I know you've looked at it probably a little bit more than I have, and you probably got more of an idea what's out there. I think Jonathan had put something in the chat earlier about a Jamal Lewis. Is that someone who's been on your radar?
Full back, yeah, I got him on my list as well. Now we have
left back or right back?
Full backs, he play either side.
Right.
Bit of pace, can go forward, cut track back, get stuck in. But it's a tough one though because I think every time if you sign any player now, does that say you don't have trust in what you've got? Or could that disrupt what you've got? And that's my only worry. There's players out there. That's the thing. You got to be very careful when you go signing someone now.
I think he's happy with what he's got. I think, other than if we pick up injuries now through the international window, should I say? I think he's happy to go until January now and reassess. What we got in the building come January. To be honest, bearing injuries, of course.
Exactly. Yeah, I think if you look at the side as well, it's very versatile. I mean, we've seen Kepakio come into midfield. You've got Mafiko's played left back, who plays in midfield. Chambers can drop in midfield if it needs to be. That Osho can go right back midfield. Kepakio can go left back, same as NG. I think we're very versatile all over the pitch. So I know the saying is you lose big and you've lost your left back. But when you've got players who can fit in there, you're not short. You're not short of numbers. It just gives others a chance to step up to the mark at the same time.
I'm just going to put this comment up. That's the email you will have to email. Send your mobile number over to that, and I'll get you added into the WhatsApp group after the show, buddy. No problems at all. So anybody else on the free transfer market that potentially we could be looking at, buddy? And that goes for people in the chat as well. Is anybody else got any opinions or views?
I did make two different lists. I did. One that's unrealistic, but you never know. But again, this plays like Gerard Deulofeu. He was at Everton a few years ago. I think he was at was he at Watford? I'm not sure, but out of that winger, trickery, pace. He's someone who could look at. Nathan Redmond. Tom Lawrence, number 10, was at Rangers, a bit injury prone towards the end of his time there. You've got the Oxlade-Chamberlain is available. He went from right winger to...
What's he now? He's got to be 33, 34, have he?
He's in his 30s. I'd say he's in his 30s. I'll check for now, but yeah, I mean, it's just there's players out there. I just think the manager's I think the manager's content with what he's got. I don't think he needs to. He's 32 years. But he went from right winger to centre midfield to play further forward. Tom Locklear, I think we both said, you said earlier, didn't you, about it is a risk who signs him, but it also brings good publicity to whoever signs him as well, I think.
100%, and he's got that experience of probably playing League One, Championship, the season in the Premier League as well, I think, didn't he, before he had his issues with his ticker. I'd love to see him back in a football shirt, but I think it's a massive gamble, not only for any club taking him on, but for him in general as well. The stress you're putting your body through to play that level of football, whether or not is League Two, League One, any level, I would imagine, it's going to be a gamble for him. Knowing, I think it's happened twice to him now, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I think playoff final was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And after delay that, it's again there's players out there. Like I said, there's a few on the list I've got on the list that are unrealistic, like Christian Taylor, like Sparta winger, you could have something like that. Reguilon, the former, he's up Madrid with Bale, they went to Spurs. Craig Dawson, Lorenzo Insigne. There's players out there who are, let's be honest, out of our reach, but Tommy Asu, ex-Arsenal. There's players out there, I don't think we'll go for anyone else, that's the thing.
No, I don't think so. You listen to that Kellyman talking, and apparently that had been, obviously it was announced on pretty much the last day, isn't it? But from what he was saying, it'd been in the pipelines for a long time. So I think he's done his homework. He knows what we had. And like I said, he's brought in what he needed to, and I don't think, I think he's pretty content with what we've already got in the building, with still some exciting youngsters in the under 21s or under 23s. I think we're good, to be fair.
I think the only one I was a bit gutted, I won't say we missed out him, I don't think we were in for him, was where Iheanacho, he's gone to Celtic now. I think Sevilla cancelled his contract last day of the transfer window. The ex-Man City, then Leicester striker. I think we could have done with this a bit more firepower up top. A different kind of striker. I think if you've got a pacey number 9, it's different to what we currently have. But then you can play Isaac Davis there, so it's not really a big miss.
A couple of people have mentioned this, Rees-Spear and McInnish 7. I keep hearing Bennett mentioned. Is there any truth, or is it just nostalgia? I haven't heard anything.
No truth. It's just a case of a lot of us were saying back before his big injury with Cardiff, he would have suited the style, his brand of football. Attacking full-back, pacing up another pitch. He'd have been ideal 5-6 years ago in this sort of formation. There's no real truth, though, no.
No. But I think we're not going to talk too much, obviously, about the free transfers, because I pretty much think is done and dusted. Bearing, like I said, massive injuries. And does the free transfer, that stays open? Is that open for the season, or is it a certain point?
It cuts off, I want to say November. There's a date in November it cuts off. Then it reopens again like 3 or 4 days after the January window closes in February, and it opens until like end of March, it does. It's just to give cover to certain clubs if they need it, if they're short as well.
So if a player who's on that list doesn't get a club by November, they've got to wait until January again, anyway?
Well, they can sign for a club, they can't be registered to play us all.
Right, they got it.
But there's players out there that could probably do a job for us. There's a guy called El Ghazi who could probably come and do a job for us.
On that point, mentioning a former player, are you surprised Andy Rinomhota is still on our free transfer list?
Not only that, so is Joe Rolls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blowing my mind Joe Rolls is there. No offence, right? But you look at Port Vale, we were saying I was surprised that they'd done the bottom, right? He could easily go in to do a job for a club like that. All our experience and stuff he'd bring with him. Maybe he wants to stay close to Cardiff. Maybe he's made it his home. He doesn't want to travel too far. Rinomhota, I think, wants to go back up Yorkshire way, didn't he, after his brother's passing, which I think limits his options for clubs. And that might change the longer it goes on. But I think he showed in his last year at Cardiff, he deserves a contract somewhere playing regularly.
I'm surprised like a team like Rotherham or something like that haven't snapped him up, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if he enjoyed his time at Rotherham previously, and maybe he didn't have a good time up there. There's clubs, I mean, up in that area. Sheffield Wednesday are crying out for players. Do you know what I mean? I know they can't afford to pay people, but you could bring in a free agent like that.
Come and sign for us. We're not sure when we'll be able to pay you.
But again, you just look at clubs up in that area thinking, you got Rolls available, you got Rinomoto available. I know Dimi Gutas has gone up to Turkey, I want to say. Trying to think, well, Mate's gone to Saudi. I mean, I didn't think Mate'd have a career in England after leaving us, if I'm honest. I don't think he did enough to show that, so I'm not surprised he's gone abroad. But yeah, I'm surprised Rolls and Reno are both still available.
Yeah, I was shocked when you sent me over the list. But you don't know, do you? You don't know, like you said, now a couple of injuries for key players during international window, and anything could happen. So, fingers crossed, like you said, let's hope they both get clubs, because I thought Reno was outstanding for us last year, and I was pretty gutted, really. He was going, he played a lot of games at right back, did slot into midfield when he had to, but for a right back last year, well, not really an out-and-out right back. He was outstanding for us at times. I know, obviously, he was difficult in the squad that we had because we didn't really have, but you couldn't knock his effort, could you?
Again, he went from being a case of why have we kept him, why don't we get rid of him, to if he's not playing every week, something's wrong, because he was a star man every week. Let's be honest. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Like, he was, every chance he got stuck in. First game right back was against Norwich, and he kept Sands in his back pocket all game. He was outstanding, and again, 100% every single game. And I think he loved him off. I was glad that he went in the end. I understand why he's gone. I don't think he fits into this style of football we got now, because there's so much midfield players we got as well, and he's better in other areas of these players. But I just thought he would have been signed up by someone a lot quicker by now.
Happy days. So on the title of the show, it was mentioned that we'll do a bit of a quiz as well. So I have done a lot of questions, 20 questions in total, but most of them are who am I? So I'll kind of give you a couple of statements. And they're Welsh internationals, they are. The first three the first three I read out haven't played for Cardiff City.
So was it Welsh questions, sorry?
So they're Welsh players. You've got to name, guess the player, right? The first three haven't represented Cardiff City, as far as I'm aware. My information sources might be very dodgy. So I don't pretend to be a professional quiz master. We're not on the chase or blinking, anything like that. So if there is any discrepancies in any of my information, it's not my fault. But yes, happy days.
I'm not very good at the Welsh squad, by the way, so I might be off for this one. But
yeah, you might struggle with the first few as well, because I've tried to cater for all age ranges. So I think I've gone back a good few years as well. So we'll have a little look at it, and it's, like I said, it's not just for me and you, it's for the guys in the chat as well. So, let's make a start then. So I'll rattle through them as usual. Get involved in the chat, guys. I'll read statement out and then give you a minute to put your answers in before I obviously tell you the answer. So first one, they might be difficult, so there is a couple of clues I can give you, some of the clubs they've played for. So if nobody gets it, I can go for that. So first one, I made my Welsh debut at 21. I scored 22 international goals. I won 75 caps. My last cap came in 2001 against the Ukraine. Who am I?
Didn't play for Cardiff. 22 goals, 75 caps. Shoo. See, I Cardiff I'm fine with, but when it comes to the international stuff, it's probably going to need the clubs.
When you haven't got nothing written down in front of you, or you can't see anything, it is difficult, isn't it?
Trying to think. Sam Vokes I'm going to go for. I don't think he played 22. I don't think he ever got 22 goals in his life, but he didn't play for Cardiff. I'm going to go for Sam Vokes at as a striker.
Was he bought? How old is Sam Vokes now?
When did he make his first cap for you?
This individual's last cap was in 2001.
Oh, God, sorry. I thought he said he made his first cap 2001. Oh, shit. Bloody yeah, 2001? What was I, 10 years old?
There's no correct answers in the chat yet. Do you want me to give you some of the clubs that he's played for?
It might help. I was only 10 years old back then, so it's...
Actually, this player did go out on loan. I think he had 4 games for Cardiff on loan. I'll name some of the clubs, right?
Yeah, go on.
Benfica, Sheffield United, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Galatasaray, Nottingham Forest, Oxford, Brighton. Did I say Sheffield United?
Yeah. Welshman. 22 goals, he said. I mean, what's his name? Robert Page, I said, and he's ex-Sheffield United, I think Page is. I don't think he'd ever played Benfica and stuff, so I don't thought of him.
22 goals from a centre half.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Do it like. Unless he was on penalty duty or free kicks and that.
2001, I was 10 years old. I can't remember what I was doing back then. I didn't play for Wales. Bloody yeah, I wouldn't have
Correct
Scooby.
Answer is in the chat. Shall I show it?
If you want, yeah. Oh, he's a bit of a knob anyway, isn't he?
Dean Saunders.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dean Saunders. I seen an interview with him the other day, and they asked him how much a prime Dean Saunders would be worth. And he said it's easy to answer. If Declan Rice is the British record, then I'd be the British record right now. So I was like, oh, really, mate? I don't know if he was that good or not. I'd never really seen him.
No, a bit before me as well. A bit before me. Hopefully this one, you might get this one. I made my Welsh debut at 21 again. I scored 16 times and won 72 caps. I played as a striker. This clue will probably give it away. I also went on to manage the national team.
Ooh. Mark Hughes as a striker, I'd have said. Bellamy's a winger, so it won't be Bellamy. I'd say
David Evans in with Mark Hughes. Chris Hayward getting involved. Mark Hughes. Mark Initia's Gary Speed. I think Ryan's a little bit behind with Dean Saunders. Jonathan Mordecai straight in there with Sparky. The correct answer is, in fact, Mr. Mark Hughes. Also played for Bayern Munich, Barca, Man United, Chelsea, Blackburn, Everton, and Southampton.
That's not a bad career, mine, is it?
No, fair play to him. And where's he to now? Managing Carlisle.
I think he left it, didn't he? After he got relegated.
I'm not sure. Right. I made my Welsh debut at 25. I won 59 caps and scored 2 goals. My main position was a midfielder. Out of those 59 caps, I captained the side 28 times. Who am I?
2 goals.
This is, again, probably a bit before your time.
Made his debut 2005, you said?
No. He made his debut when he was 25.
Oh, sorry, 25.
I didn't give you the year when he made his debut on this one.
Midfield.
Won 59 caps as a midfielder, scored 2 goals, and he captained the side 28 times.
Sav, maybe. I try to think who captain, but I was
Somebody else for Savage in the chat. Do you want me to give you a couple of the clubs?
Yeah, may as well. Again, this is before my time, probably, so may as well.
Correct answer has just been put in. Wrexham, Pompey, Southampton. Played most of his career at Everton. Huddersfield, Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday, Kidderminster Harriers, and Walsall.
I look at some of these now. Like, if it's just been put in the chat, then I've no chance. Because the only names other ones I see is Barry Horn, which I don't think I've heard of him. It's probably way before my time. And it wasn't Kumas. I would have thought. I don't think he ever was captain Kumas was, so.
Always late for training, wasn't he? The correct answer is, in fact, Barry Horn. Good work, Ben.
Well before my time. I wouldn't say I'm familiar with that name, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you might struggle with the first few. They do get more current as we get on in, right?
That's
but
better. I don't mind it mixed up. This is a laugh.
I've got to cater, but we've got to cater for all individuals, right? This individual made his debut in 1990, age 25.
What's he born?
Was a defender. He won 23 caps, scoring 3 goals. Now, this should give it away to most people. Unfortunately, I'll be remembered for the wrong reasons. Who am I? The last clue should give it away. Some of the clubs he played for: Cardiff, Newport, Swindon, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Reading, and Wickham. And if I remember rightly, you could grow a moustache.
I wasn't even born, so there's no point me even trying this one.
The correct answer is in the chat from Paul. And Howell as well. Mackinesh, now Scooby-Doo. The correct answer is, in fact, Mr. Paul Bowden. Mr. Penalty, didn't he, in the... I can't even remember the...
Was it Romania?
Romania or Austria or something like that? I can't remember.
I've seen the clip of him missing the penalty. Well before my time.
Right, here we go. I made my senior debut in 1995 after making 16 appearances for the under-21s. I won 30 senior caps and scored 3 goals. I have made an appearance on Cardiff City World. Who am I?
Ooh. Oh, what's it? The only one I think of was David Giles. That's the only one I think of. But I don't know how old he is.
Not as old as that.
All right. So is it 1995?
He's now living out in Dubai.
Oh, no. I thought someone else said. John Robinson. And I say,
John Robinson is in with Mr. Rhys David Evans, locked in. Paul says Steve Jenkins, question mark. Some of the clubs he's played for: Brighton, Gillingham, Cardiff, Charlton, and Crawley. And he's in the Hall of Fame of one of those clubs.
If it's John Robinson, it's Charlton's Hall of Fame, I reckon. I'm sure we had him alone for one season from them, and he was brilliant.
Chris Hayward says Craig Bellamy. The correct answer is, in fact, Mr. John Robinson. Good work, Bert. You got one of them right. Another early doors one for you, Bert. I made my debut in May 1994. I played as a forward/winger. I only won 2 senior caps. My son has also played at Cardiff young age. More recently played for Newport County. I've also played for Newport County. Who am I?
Flipping hell.
My son's name is, I think it's Sam, off the top of my head.
Oh, Bowen. Jason Bowen, I'd say.
Correct.
Jason Bowen.
Correct in Mr. Jason Bowen. Sorry, guys, I didn't really give you much chance to answer that in the chat then. But, yeah, Jason Bowen. I think he's going through a bit of a tough time health-wise at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah,
Bless him, but he was a great player for us.
On that note as well, did you see Dion Dublin earlier?
Yeah, that was sad when he lost his father on Monday.
Yeah, he says it's been a really tough week. So if anyone's struggling at all, reach out, guys.
Speak to people.
Could be anything.
Right, this was one of my favourite players in a Cardiff City shirt back in the day. He made his international debut in 1999. He was the first player to progress from the Welsh Premier League, or Cymru League as it was, to the national team. He won 36 international caps, moved from Cardiff to a Premier League club. Who am I?
Ooh.
Defender.
Danny Gabron, I'm going to say. I mean...
Excuse me.
Gabs went for West Ham. Oh, wait there. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say Gabs. Oh, I don't know. 99, you said, is it?
1999, he made his international debut.
Gabs is early 2000s, so I'm not sure if it's... Well, he didn't come from the Welsh Premier, I don't think. He went from West Brom's Academy to us. Oh, shit.
Somebody said Paul Parry. Oh, someone's got it. Someone says James Collins.
No, it can't be Gabs because early 2000s he was at Cardiff. My memory's awful.
I think he is involved with Coventry's under-21s or academy at the moment. He's done the same job at Aston Villa when he finished playing.
Oh, shit. What's his name? The right back. Oh, Jesus Christ. There was a right back. We sold him to Villa, I think, didn't we? I'm sure I've seen him score a goal or have an assist against Brentford in the FA Cup. Like 1999 or 1988. I can't think of his name now. He went to Villa. Oh, shit.
We sold him to Aston Villa.
Yeah. Delaney or something. Yeah, Delaney. I can't think of his first name. Craig Delaney or something. No.
Mark Delaney.
Mark Delaney, yeah.
Paul in the chat was all over it. Well done, buddy.
Fair play.
Right, the next one. I made my debut against Portugal in 2000. I was punished and was out of the national squad by manager Mark Hughes for 12 months after returning to the hotel late one evening after being allowed to go out for a drink. I won 7 senior caps and signed from Arsenal to Cardiff. Who am I?
From Arsenal to Cardiff. Oh, Welsh players. From Arsenal to Cardiff, 2000.
Another defender.
It's a right back. Hang on, wait there. No. Reece Weston.
You've got a poster on your wall or something, have you?
Do the season we got promoted, the playoffs. I got a big mirror for the playoff winning thing, and it's got the full team we got around it. So early 2000s, I looked at that, I thought, it's not Gareth Wally, it's not Campbell, it's not Fleetwood, it's Reece Weston. I'll take a photo later and send it to you, I'll show you.
It's got to go in the WhatsApp group.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Paul says Reece Weston as well. Yes, the correct answer was, in fact, Reece Weston. Right, next one. I made my senior debut in 2004. I went on to win 51 caps, and I played as a defender. My nickname is related to my hair colour.
James Collins, Ginge.
I knew that last one.
When you said,
give it away.
You said 2004, I thought it's either going to be Gabs or it's going to be Ginge. But I thought Ginge played a lot longer than Danny Gabron did. So I thought it's going to be... When you said there, colour then, I went straight away, yeah.
Yeah, so quite straightforward one. I think he had a couple of spells with Villa, didn't he? Or was it West Ham? I can't remember. He left us to go to West Ham, did he?
Yeah, and then he played at Villa.
Did he go back to West Ham then?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that one was James Collins.
He's got some stories, mate, from his West Ham days. Him and Andy Carroll having a fight in a public.
Right, next one. I made my debut in 2001. I won 34 caps, scoring 10 goals. I played as an attacking midfielder. Since retiring from football, I've stayed away from all things football related. Who am I?
I would say Kumas. But partly is something is shouting Simon Davis, the right winger. But I would say Kumas. I'm sticking with Kumas.
You went straight in with Jason Kumas. Jason Mordecai, I think literally as you said, it said Jason Kumas. Lee Chant says Kumas. Anybody else for anything else? Paul says Kumas. Played for Tranmere, West Brom,
Kumas,
Cardiff, and Wigan Athletic.
I distinctly remember as well. We went after him when he was at West Brom, and I'm pretty sure we had Cameron Jerome, and they wanted a swap deal, but the club needed money, so we sold him for $4 million to Birmingham City instead. Could you imagine what we would have been like with Kumas signing on a permanent under Dave Jones? It would have been dreamland.
He was quality in his first loan spell as well, wasn't he?
Absolute magic. Honest to God, just to be able to say I watched a player of that calibre tear it up for us, like it was insane.
I think he would have had more caps for Wales as well, but when I was looking into it earlier, I didn't realise that he got. He weren't very good at arriving on time for training and stuff, so I think he got quite. It's just mad, isn't it? Really, when you think.
But others have
said
as
talented as that.
Others have said he didn't love football. To him, it was just a career. It wasn't a passion. It was just something he was good at and he could make some money off, which is understandable. You know, not everyone loves what they do. But when you see the ability he had, you just think, imagine if he loved the game. If he had that love for he could have been up there with some of the best. Like, he was that good.
His boys signed for Birmingham as well now, yeah?
On loan, yeah.
Fair play. Right, next one. I made my debut in 2005. I won 77 caps, scoring 4 goals. I played as a midfielder. I can't read that one out. I'll give it away. I broke my leg and returned just in time for a... what do I want to say? Like the Euros, then, shall we say?
He's a dancing kind of guy. He sounds like a dancer, I reckon.
The thing I had on here, I love to dance on tables.
The dancing man. Like, I remember when he came through Cardiff, he was more of an attacking midfielder. First of all, he was a left-right side midfielder, an attack midfielder. Ended up being defensive. It's Joe Edley. Like, what a player. What a player.
Good night as well when side on their live event with Joey. That was quality night, wasn't it?
That was the chicken nuggets night, that was. Craig was dancing for about half hour. Fair play to him. He couldn't get him down.
Rob was shouting all sorts, wasn't he?
Rob was getting more and more aggressive at the people in the back. And then he was, some of the comments he was making. Oh, brilliant night that was.
Yeah. A couple of people said Aaron Ramsey, Pembridge. And then a couple of people have said Joe Ledley, Paul and Jonathan, as you did. Right, next one. I made my senior debut in 2007. Again, this player's played for Cardiff. I was the first player to win 100 caps for my country. I went on in total to win 109 caps. I played as a defender. Who am I?
Chris Gunter.
Reese has gone straight in with Chris Gunter. Jonathan Mordecai straight in with Chris Gunter as well. Howell says Gunts as well. The correct answer is, in fact, Chris Gunter. 109 caps, takes him to win, played for Cardiff, Spurs, Forest, Reading, Charlton, and AFC Wimbledon. Current under-19s coach, I believe.
He was with us last year as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, coming with Rambo, didn't he, at the end?
I remember being not young, but I was only a teenager when he left. But I remember there was a lot of animosity towards him when he left us. It didn't go down well. He went to Spurs. I think he took 2 million. He went to 4.
Yeah,
but
right.
he was booed every time he played against us. And there was never any appreciation. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
No, I'm not sure. Right, on that then, right? In total, there's 3 players who've passed the 100 cap mark. Obviously, Chris Gunter is the one. Who are the other 2 players who have passed 100 caps for Wales?
I'd say Gareth Bale. So I think would have been present on our side. Would have played every week, like. Oh, it's a tough one. It is. I'm trying to think of the side now. Neil Taylor would have been playing most weeks left back, but he had a big injury at one point, and he said, "Oh, was he out?"
Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah, go on.
Plays in the same position as your favourite player who's gone on loan to Sheffield Wednesday.
I think would have been in goals then. That's Wayne Hennessy, that would have been.
Correct. Jonathan Gunter was straight in there with Chris Gunter, Hennessy. It's not Ramsey. Ramsey having it 100. Yeah, Jess Fishlock was 140 plus, I think, isn't she? But, yeah, we were sorry. I was only talking about the men's national team. But now you mentioned, I'll come back to that one. Moving on.
Who's the other player?
Gareth Bale.
Oh, it was Bale, was it?
Yeah, Gareth Bale,
right.
Chris Gunter, and Wayne Hennessy.
Right.
I think Rambo's on something like 86. High 80s, I think he's in.
It's the injuries for him, on his. Just think,
which is mad, really. To think, I think obviously he'd be way in front if it weren't for the injuries he've had over the years.
Honestly, I think if he didn't have him injuries, he'd have gone on bigger things like Juventus. He'd have been a Champions League winning midfielder and stuff by now. He would have.
Yeah, agreed. Right, this one then. Played for Cardiff City. I made my debut in 2013, replacing Gareth Bale at half-time in a 2-1 win versus Scotland. I won 33 caps and scored 2 goals. I played as a midfielder. Before making my senior debut, I broke my leg on under-21 duty in 2011. Some of the clubs I've played for include Crystal Palace, Charlton, Sunderland, MK Dons, Nottingham Forest, Swindon, and Cardiff.
So, is this a trick one? Is this a tough one? Because I got 2 names in my head. See, I have.
No, it's not a trick one.
Play for Cardiff. Is he? See, I got Emir Hughes. No, because he's with Man City when he Emir Hughes. When he suffered serious injuries. 2013 Cardiff.
He made his Welsh debut in 2013. I'm not saying he played for Cardiff in 2013.
Sorry, 2013. What was the teams he played for again? Sorry.
I just give you a select. Right. Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Nottingham Forest, MK Dons, Sunderland, Charlton, Cardiff, Swindon, and I believe he's still currently playing at Gillingham.
Oh. Welsh boys.
He's got a head like mine now.
Stamp this one off.
Markinish was in there with his second attempt. He's got it. Jonathan Mordecai's got it. Mr. Johnny Williams.
Shit, he did play for us as well, didn't he? Before that. Okay, always injured. Fuck, Jesus, like.
That's what Jonathan Mordecai said. Johnny Williams, Mr. Injured. Darren Anderton. You're too young for him. You, Darren Anderton used to play for Spurs.
I know. I'm watching Peep Show, the comedy again, and he's mentioned there back out injured yet again. So I know about that.
Speaking about that, I think Keona Tete went off injured again today. Someone said in the WhatsApp group earlier.
I won't be surprised. Again, it's just not worked out for him. It's time to part ways, I think, now.
Yeah, it is. But what level is he going to be able to play at? Yeah. Right, moving on. This chap made his debut in 2013. Currently has more than 60 caps. When I made my debut, I was 16 years of age and became the youngest player to represent my country. Who am I?
Ooh.
Again, this player played for Cardiff.
No, 2013. It wouldn't be. I'm trying to think who it could be on. Is there any clubs he's played for?
He has played for Fulham, Bournemouth, Derby, Liverpool, Crewe.
Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson is in the chat. Reece says Harry Wilson. A couple of people have said Aaron Ramsey.
No, he made his debut in 2008.
Yeah, Gareth Bale was the youngest prior to Harry Wilson is the correct answer. I think he's on something like 63 caps or something like that, 66 if I remember.
What a player. And for us, he was outstanding, but wasted on the wing, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think, I don't know, he just reminded me a little bit of Wits. I think Wits just had a little bit more something, I don't know, but there were certain things that he done just reminded me of Wits. It was just that left foot probably, but no one's ever going to take Wits' mantle. I'm not saying that. But there were certain elements of his game. Moments of magic at times for us, didn't he?
I just remember Harry Wilson being put on the wing and he had Bakuna playing number 10. And I used to just laugh thinking Bakuna's nowhere near good enough to be 10. It just blew my mind, like.
Yeah. Right, next one. I didn't even realise this player had played for Wales, and that's bad, really, being a Cardiff City supporter. I made my debut in 2019 against Trinidad and Tobago. I played as a midfielder. I have won 7 caps up until this point. I'm still currently playing in the Championship. And I can throw the ball fucking miles.
Oh, flipping Will Vaux. I can get his words out like Will Vaux.
Straight in.
Yeah.
I didn't realise a couple of people in the chat have just mentioned about Harry Wilson was potentially going to move to Leeds. I didn't see anything about that.
Oh, deadline day, wasn't it, apparently? A loan move.
But it fell through. Is he not getting game time at Fulham, man?
He's a bench player for him, which is wild. Yeah, he's on the bench all the time for him. It's crazy to think about the quality he's got.
Yeah. Will Vaux, Paul says, Jonathan says apparently the plane got cancelled, so weird. Yes, the correct answer was in fact Mr. Will Vaux. Right, next one. I made my debut in 2021, replacing my then club teammate. I can play as a striker or a winger. I've won 12 caps to date. Again, I am currently playing in the Championship. This will give it away. My nickname could be also used as someone who works as an electrician.
Oh. I don't know if I should shout it out. Let everyone else have a go first. But
yeah, let everybody else have a go first.
That's fine. Another clue. The bastard scored past us last season and celebrated in front of our fans.
Was you shocked with that? I thought he was well loved at Cardiff. I liked him as a player. I thought he was great.
He worked hard. He just couldn't finish. I thought that was his problem. He had chance after chance. He just couldn't bury it. I remember he scored that wonderful goal against Blackburn. He did, and after the game, Rob Earnshaw went on a weird thing about him saying that's the goal that turns you from an average striker into a world-class striker. That's the goal that'll make you a 20-goal striker next season. I was thinking, what the hell is he on about? He's clearly not that, but yeah, he just celebrated past us. He's from Swansea area, I think, as well.
Yeah, Jack Bastard, as Jonathan says. But yes, talking about Wales tonight, so yeah. Right, last one. I'm glad to know it's the last one of the Who Am I, and there's only 2 other questions after this, so it's we're ramping it up and we're nearly I made my debut in 2021. I have 9 senior caps at present with 1 goal. I'm an attacking midfielder. I'm currently tearing up League One, and I don't know what the fuck's wrong with Greg Bellamy. Who am I?
Does he have a brother?
He has a brother, yeah. I was going to put as a clue, me and my brother have taken over the Colo Torre and
yeah.
Torre song.
Is this the one that the Swans fans reckon was one of them?
Yes.
You know.
The correct answer is our vice captain, although I think he's played more games as skipper so far this year with Chambers being on the bench, is Mr. Ruben Colwell. Still think he's mad and something's gone on behind closed doors here, but
yeah, again, like how can it be picked? You can't go saying I need to see it consistently and pick players who are not playing for the current team. You just, again, it's, and if ever there was a game to bring someone like that on, it would have been a tough game like Kazakhstan where you could have something like that to unlock their defence a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't play him, bring him amongst the first team to train with his Premier League players.
Yeah.
Again, if you want him to get better, training with Premier League players will make him better.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Wild.
Right, just 2 random questions now at the end. Going back, so there's 2 questions, right? Who raised the roof at Cardiff City Stadium with Emma O'Heed?
Oh, I said David something.
You got the first name right.
I don't know his last name. David something.
Anybody in the Jonathan Mordecai straight in there? David Uwan. Mackiness said the Stereophonics. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Right, you'll be glad to know. So the last question. Can you name the record goal scorers for the men's and the ladies' national teams?
The record goal scorers. Gareth Bale for the men's and Jess Fishlock for the women's. I'd say.
Reese has gone with Gareth Bale. And Jess, Fishlock.
I honestly, God, I don't watch international football much. It doesn't do it for me unless it's a major tournament. So I can only apologise. It's the only female player name I know of. I couldn't name you a single other player. I just don't watch international football enough.
RDE should be ashamed of himself. Laughing face. Jonathan straight in there with Jess Fishlock and John Charles. It's making me question now. I'm going to have a look.
I'm sure Bale's the top goal scorer for Wales. Surely.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's what I've got in my thing. Yeah, he scored more than John Charles. And the correct answer is, in fact, Gareth Bale and Jess Fishlock. That you'd be glad to know. That brings an end to our Saturday night quiz.
Thank God we're back to normal next Saturday.
Yes. Stockport away, roll on.
4-0 win.
What's your thoughts against Canada? Is that Tuesday?
Yeah. It's a bit strange, isn't it? A Thursday and a Tuesday. Normally it's like a Thursday and a Sunday or a Monday.
Yeah, and it's a friendly as well. Like, I just don't get it.
But again, the players are going to be tired. Go back to their clubs then for Saturday. Not a fan of that. I think you've got to start a pack out if it's a friendly. You've got to give him a chance to see what he can do. Trying to think now. Joe was being called up, but you got to give these players a cap as well, and just see what it's a chance to see what they can do and to change things about. I'd be disappointed if he goes to the same sort of 11 as we starting regularly.
Yeah, it'd be nice to give Capaccio and Joel a cap, but a selfish thing as well. I wouldn't be disappointed too much, and that's probably not a nice thing to say. Obviously, you want them to go on and earn caps and represent their country is a massive honour. But selfishly, as a Cardiff City fan, we just want to make sure they're fit for Saturday.
Exactly, yeah.
And I believe they're playing down that small stadium down west as well, isn't they?
Oh, good luck. But yeah, the pitch is all holes in the pitch. People dress up as empty seats on the match day. You don't know what you're going to catch if you touch anything.
Do you reckon he goes with Dylan Lawler again after his performance Thursday?
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? Again, you've got to rotate the squad, I think. Just give other players a chance who may not have played international football. I'd like to think he plays Dylan Lawler. And like I said, Capaccio, but then as a Cardiff fan, I want them to both be rested, ready for next Saturday. I don't want to risk them for us.
Yeah. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, Dylan Lawler, on Thursday night, in fairness. Considering that was his first senior cap. But again, what he's been doing for us this season, he's years ahead of where he should be. Like, it's frightening, really, for a young 19. I think he's 20 in January.
Yeah.
He's got a really mature head on his shoulders, and, the future is so bright for him. And I know we've tied him down to, I think it's the end of 2028. But when you're a player that good, I don't think our contract matters, do they? Because a club will come in and pay silly money for him. And my biggest concern is a club might come and offer 10 million and we'll bite someone's hand off for it.
The thing is, every club's a selling club these days. Unless you're Real Madrid, every club's a selling club. The good thing is now, with this cap, we can slap a few extra million on what we want. I think it's tough. Again, if you get £10 million guaranteed in cash, League One, that's good money in League One. But I'd much rather keep him for a season, see how he develops into he might become a top championship centre-half next year. And at that point, then you're thinking, hang on, I can sell him for 20, 25 million if need to be.
Yeah.
So I hope we don't sell him in January.
Would you be surprised? Would you expect people to come asking questions come January?
I think it depends who we are. I think if we are top of the league or top two, looking at we're going to get promoted, I think there'll be very few clubs come in because they're going to know, look, we don't need to sell. it's going to cost too much. January, every player's price gets inflated anyway because it's January. And you've got to go and find a replacement, and you've got limited time. I think if we like mid-table, then I think a lot more clubs come sniffing on them because you're more likely to stay in this league. Now's the time to maximize your sell on valuation sort of thing. So I think it depends where we are.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Fingers crossed. I think obviously if we continue the way we're going, we'll be right up there, and hopefully we don't lose them players. But like you said, you know, if we've got the option of having £10 million and sell-on clauses, and, you know, he's that young, is he going to go to a Premier League team and play regular football? Is that, you know, we'll kind of sell him to you, but have the first option to loan him back if he's not playing regular, that type of thing?
I think this is where you've got to be smart when you sell him as well, because you could get, say, for example, an Everton come in, say there's £15 million in cash, or you could get I don't know, who's in the championship up top end of the table? Birmingham come in and go, use 10 million cash, but a 25% selling clause. The 15 million sounds great now, but if you think long term, you could sell to Birmingham, no one has a step and you can go further above that. He could be sold for 20 million and we get even more money then. So I think you've got to be very smart if you do sell him, who you sell him to more than just the money as well.
Yeah, no, agreed. So obviously there's the Welsh game now on Tuesday night. We mentioned a couple of the Cardiff players that might be involved there. And then away to Stockport then. I think we mentioned at the beginning of the show, they lost against Plymouth today 4-2. They've been up there or thereabouts. I know it's early doors, but I think they were favoured as one of the favourites as well for the league issue, weren't they? Stockport. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be an easy game going to Stockport next week. But I don't think, like you said earlier, I think you mentioned, we've got nothing to fear going there. I think they'll be more worried about us going there than we should be worried about them. But, you know, we've still got to treat them with the respect that, you know, we're not going to go there and steamroller them, that type of thing.
Yeah, I think it's like last season. How many times did a team like Burnley, Sheffield United, someone come to Cardiff and we went, if we can take a point against these two now, if we can stay solid at the back, I think this is how other teams, we got to look at these now, going, we just go play a natural game, let them worry about how we are going to set up, let them change their style, let them focus on and we just do what we normally do. I think that's how we got to look at teams now. No point changing things too much. It'll be interesting to see who plays and who makes the bench and who gets dropped for the bench, I think. That's a big one for me.
Yeah. When is Nathan Trott going to concede a goal? Or does Nathan Trott not concede goals?
The octopus, I don't think he ever concedes, does he? But again, how great is it to see something like that, though? Just playing that kind of football. I mean, Plymouth, I think 75th minute was their first real chance. Pulls off a wonderful save. The concentration level is outstanding.
I think it's a statement you've made in the past, I think, a number of times, I believe, that you shouldn't fall in love with loan signings. I know we've got the option to buy him, but how concrete is that? I don't know how things like that work, to be honest, but he'd be put a blank contract down, signing now.
Usually it's if it's a loan with a view to buy, it's usually a pre-agreed transfer fee that must be accepted if we meet the criteria. So they might say, look, it's a loan to the end of the season with a £1.8 million.
You say 1.8 there. That's the figure I had in my head that I thought I heard.
So if we come up with an offer 1.8 million, they have to accept it. Then it's up the player then to whether or not he wants to negotiate and come to us, or if he doesn't. But it's a case. It's a good thing to have because I think the club have covered themselves luckily here, because we've seen teams normally go an obligation to buy, and you're forced to buy a player you don't want, or you don't put it in at all, and all of a sudden the club goes, "You had a fantastic time there. We're not going to sell him now next year." So I think it's a smart move with the club, to be fair.
Yeah, happy days. Right, we'll have another 5 minutes, mate. I'm just going to play a little ad before we kind of wrap up. So we'll be back in a minute. Bear with us.
This episode of Cardiff City World is brought to you by Coral, the proud sponsor of the TalkSport Fan Network, here for all kinds of fans. For the armchair experts, whether you're constantly negative, overly positive, or maybe even the instant over-the-top reaction social media guy or girl. For the football fashionistas still clinging to the legendary terrace fashion of yesteryear, or the best retro gear from Michael Thorne, the nostalgia merchants dreaming of the old lady Ninian Park, or still celebrating Campbell's goal in the Millennium Stadium, whatever kind of fan you are, with Coral's free-to-play reward shaker with a guaranteed daily reward or offer throughout the season, simply shake your phone to win. Over 18s only, maximum 1 reward or offer per player per day, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. For more information on safer gambling, visit gambleaware.org.
Nice little video from the boss man there, which kind of takes us right up until the end. We've gone over the hour. Let's have a little look. Jonathan Mordecai have just put in. Be interesting to see what BBM has changed in 2 weeks. He said he's going to try and make the most of the international break on strength and intensity training. Yeah, I did see in his interview that the guys who kind of stayed behind or who wasn't on international duty were having gym programs set from. I think I've seen a couple of images from Callum Robinson in the gym sweating his things off. But
that's just the warm-up buddies as well.
Markinish, after reading that, watching that video, said, I shut my phone and nothing happened. I don't get involved in the betting and stuff, but to be honest, I appreciate Simon's managed to get that sponsor, but it's a dangerous world to go down, really. I think you were the same recently.
Yeah, I've got very addictive personality, so I'll avoid gambling and stuff as much as I can.
I do use the ones, and I'll go on and use, like, you get the free spins or whatever. But yeah, that's my limit. But otherwise, my wages will be gone. But yeah. So what's your thinkings next week, bud? Good away win next week for Stockport?
Yeah, I just think we'll. I don't want to be overconfident, but I think it'll take about 20-30 minutes for us to start breaking them down a bit. I think once the first goal goes in, the confidence of the team just goes up a notch, and then you'll see us go for the second and the third, I think we can beat them 3-0 from also next week. I say this now. I think I've probably got different prediction from our action predictions anyway, so...
Yeah, I can't remember what I predicted, but I reckon we'll go there and we'll scrape a win. 2-0, I reckon. Can't remember what I guessed previously, but yeah, I'm going for 2-0. I know we kind of done our predictions before the season started, so it's kind of, out the window now, really, because we're doing so well, but we shall see what happens. I was going to mention something else, but I've completely forgot. My head's gone.
Well, the Cav event, is it the group chat?
Yeah, Graham Cavanagh event. I think the tickets have all sold out again. They put on an extra 20 tickets, so that's still going on the 19th September, Friday night. So if you are going, it'll be a really good night. I think Simon's in the pipelines as well for organising something at the end of October. I think he's still waiting to cross a few T's and dot a few I's. So, yeah, something else to look forward to. Another live event potentially at the end of October. So keep an eye out for information on your socials for that. If you do want to join Cardiff City World, you can do via the Cardiff City World YouTube channel. Follow the information on there to become a member, or you can join via Ace Podcast Nation on Patreon, which you can scan the QR code just above Reese's head there. Other side it is now.
Oh, so this side, my one, this side does.
Oh, is it? But yes, but for the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can help support the channel. It allows Side to keep creating content 7 days a week. And yeah, happy days. Thank you all for tuning in. Bit of a random one tonight. Obviously, with no Cardiff City game to kind of dissect and discuss. So it's just nice to come on and have a bit of a chat, really, and talk a lot of shit quiz questions from me. But happy days. Thank you all for tuning in. Reese Spear, I think your name was. If you've emailed, I'll get your name and your number added to the WhatsApp group. If anybody else, let me see if I can get the There's probably hundreds of comments to go back through. I probably won't find it out. Josh is snoring yet. Let me see if I can find it. I'll pop the... That's the email address, acepodstream@gmail.com. If you email your telephone numbers there, we'll get you added into the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. No doubt we'll be back through the week. I'm not sure what the plan is for tomorrow, Sunday, so keep an eye out for social media posts for that. There'll probably be a members show on Monday evening, and no doubt we'll be back. If not before, we'll be back next Saturday to talk 3 points, Cardiff City on the road to Stockport. No start, pal.
Good words.
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar. Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.